Arizona's hottest R&B, it's the all-new Vena Soul. Hey, it's Julian, and man, I have a very special guest with me in the studio. Maranda Ross from TWIZTED MANEZ.
Beauty and Barber.
Beauty and Barber.
Yes.
Now, Miranda's not just an ordinary guest here. She is my lovely cousin.
Yay. Family.
We always got to keep it in the family. Always look out for the family. I try to anyway.
Absolutely.
So I'm glad you're here. How are you?
I'm good. I'm glad to be here. Thank you for having me.
Yeah.
First.
Well, thank you for coming.
Yeah.
So how's everything going with TWIZTED MANEZ?
Everything is going well. We're on our 5th year, going into our 6th year. It's a full-service beauty and barbershop in the West Valley, located in Goodyear. We have everything from cuts, colors, style, braids, locks, extensions, barbershop. We have estheticians, so facials, lashes. What else can we think of? Everything, pretty much. Anything you want at TWIZTED MANEZ, we can do it.
Wow, so that's full service for you, isn't it? That's fantastic. So how did you get started doing all of this in the first place?
I started braiding when I was about 8. Learned from my big sister, Shanita. Shout out to Anita, always. And she just taught us how to braid. And from there, I was just interested for many, 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 many years. Like, it just, I don't know, it came natural.
It's a natural thing.
Yeah.
But the business side of it, did that come natural too?
I feel like it did because of my dad. So, just being younger and learning how to make money in efficient ways for myself that he taught me. And, just watching him. And then I just applied it to all of my life. And, I'm here now. The only thing I didn't know about was a business plan. Then when I figured that out, that's when, I really started hitting the ground running.
Yeah, you really seemed like you did take off, and it was that business plan. How did you come up with the business plan? Was it somebody that kind of walked you through it?
Yeah, I actually got walked through one. It was a good friend of mine, and she was like, well, you got to at least know what you want to do when you open up something, so start writing it down. So I did, and the thing that I needed to plug in was like numbers.
Right.
And so once that was in effect, it took flight. So walking me through it, then I had to read up on it. So library all the time, Google, of course, like trying to figure out how to write my own business plan. And then luckily my good friend, she was like, okay, I'll write it for you. And then
nice.
We're here still.
Now, this business plan, was it for you or is it for funding, or how did that work out?
So it was for me as a roadmap and funding.
Both, which is...
Yes, it's
very
essential,
important.
and they're one and the same.
They're one and the same, exactly.
Like, it's your entire roadmap from start to finish. Even if it doesn't succeed in that one business, it's still the same thing, going forward for any business, to be honest, as long as you have a blueprint.
Right. So with that blueprint, it seemed like you started doing some big things. I was scrolling one time. I didn't even know this, but I was scrolling, and I saw that you were on the news.
Yeah.
How did that come about?
They walked in the doors to TWIZTED MANEZ. And I had only been open about, maybe like 6 months. Yeah, and they were like, oh, we heard about you guys, so we want to see if you would want to do a segment on Channel 12. And I'm like, yes. And actually, me and Rain are very cool. It was Rain Hall. Her name is Rain Hall.
Rain Hall.
Right. Ain't no relation at all.
Okay.
That's my maiden name, y'all. But
Right.
But she's still very much involved, too, and just little things that I'll reach out back to her and say.
And she's the news lady or
whatever. She was the news. Yeah, she was. I don't even know the actual title. I would have to get it. But she was the one that came and basically recruited. Like, hey, you're a local business. We need you on our channel.
Oh.
We hear good things about you. We've seen your website you have. And then from there, she connected me with people that built their website. So I had Channel 12 News team on my team.
On your team.
Yeah, for a minute, and they built my first website. And now that one's gone, and I redid everything. But Rain Hall, she definitely did a lot for me in my first few years.
Yeah, shout out to her for certain.
Yeah.
So what is the future looking like for TWIZTED MANEZ?
The future is looking like expansion, for sure. I want to be known as I want to be the utopia of hair for Arizona. Like, if anything, you probably going to come see Maranda first, or you know, you want to come to
Right.
Twisted Mains first to get some insight about even just Arizona. You know, I'm a native, so
Right.
a lot of the hair game and people in it before even said like, yeah, you know, we need this community to come together, and you look like you would be the one to do it. You should be the one to do it. So.
Well, that's music to my ears because, you know, we talked about being a hub or being top of mind for people to come to.
Yeah.
And so your marketing, obviously, you have the T-shirt on. Show everybody that T-shirt
Twisted
there.
Mains.
Twisted Mains. Of course, if you're not hearing this, or if you're not seeing this on the radio, it's a very dope shirt, which is designed by, again, family, right?
Yes. My family.
We got family that just draws and plays and everything.
Right. Creatives.
Very creative, and it seems like everybody knows. It's funny because people don't know I'm related to pretty much everybody.
Right.
You know, there's like, oh, you know Amy or Honey Beloved, you know, yeah, and probably people don't know even you and I are cousins either.
Right. I don't think they do.
But they're like, what?
True.
Yeah. So what, like, inspiration wise, as far, because this is a creative outlet too for you, right?
Yes. Oh yeah, for sure.
What inspires you when you go in there to do, you know, hair and whatever else you do in there? What's the main inspiration?
Fun, being creative.
Yeah.
And going back to my roots as far as music, like we talked about earlier, with our core being music, and I mean, music's going every day in the shop. Like that's the first thing we come in and do: hit the music. Let's see what mood we're in. You know.
Yeah.
That helps with creativity for me. But that being the core and being around our family and the love that we show, the creativity, the artists that we have, like, you know, from singers to rappers to, like you said, artists, drawing, just creatives all the way around. That's what inspires me, especially, I'm going to say especially the Hall side of my family. So, you know, of course, like,
you got to give it to the Hall side.
Got to give it to the Halls, especially with the creativity and the music wise, for sure. So that's where I would say my core is my family.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Yeah, I think it's the same with me. My mom kept an 8-track of a recording of my father. He was on, it wasn't even a radio show. It was more like a Soul Train version in Des Moines, right?
Yeah.
My uncle was here, Miranda's father. It was a Soul Train version of his show in Des Moines, where I grew up. And I hear his voice to this day. Certain songs I just kept and start to listen to. I even have it on my phone, right?
Do you? That's cool.
I have it on my phone. I just hear his voice, and that always inspired me.
Yeah.
I don't even know I even loved radio until I probably heard his voice.
Yep.
And so, and from there, that's what always keeps me going. And I think that's why it's good to keep that energy.
Yes.
And
that is our energy.
Because that is our energy.
That is.
You're absolutely right.
That's
so
definitely our energy. I want to hear that.
Actually, I think you're one of the last ones to actually, before you leave.
Yes.
And I think you heard it. Well, he been there. He was there. Uncle Randy's in the house.
Uncle Randy.
It's Uncle Randy.
Now that's my dad, y'all.
So
that's good.
Yeah, so very good. So your shop. So where are you located again?
We're located in Goodyear. Should I just do the address?
Yeah, throw that address out
there. So the address is 15671 West Roosevelt Street, Goodyear, Arizona, 85338, Suite 103. We're the yellow shop. We're the yellow shop. That's what I call us, the yellow and black shop.
The yellow and black shop.
Yeah.
Now, I would think that there's a lot going on because that west side is just growing tremendously. Have you seen growth as far just from natural population growth, people coming to the shop?
Tremendously. Natural population, because we got there. Originally, the salon came about in 2014. I was working for Rasheen Carter, and she was the owner at the time. So she taught me a whole lot. I had been working with her for a while. And at the time that we moved over into the Goodyear area, it was literally like a Walmart and maybe a few mom and pop shops.
Yeah.
You might have got a Quick Trip, you know?
Right.
And even the residential area wasn't that built up. So when we first got over there, it was like, ooh, we don't know, like, what's going on? So I actually ended up leaving the salon and got my own suite.
Mm-hmm.
And then elsewhere. But then by the time I had gotten back, because she had called me and asked, like, hey, would you like to take over the salon? I'm like, yeah, for sure. And so when I got back over there, it was already 10 times built up with the full area, like, what, 800 people a day, like
moving on it.
Yeah, like, moving around in the area. So now we are at capacity. Like, there is traffic. The whole area is growing so well to where it keeps us busy as well. So nowadays everybody is more so call-in based. They're doing online bookings.
Right.
They're not walking in, but they're definitely calling in. Our online is, booming. So that's how we get a lot of our customers. Just being in the area and you type in relaxer, Twisted Manes should come up. Or you type in cut. You can even type in black shop. Like, those things are going to come up. Yeah, because we're in that area in our radius.
Okay.
Of how I have our marketing set up. So
very good
we
marketing.
grow. It's like we can just be open and.
Wow.
Yeah,
so when you mention expansion, are you looking to expand still within the west side or throughout the valley? Well, like,
throughout the valley.
Yeah.
Throughout the valley. I really, and my mom's from Casa Grande, Arizona. So I would like to do something out there. I would do something out there and open up a nice full service salon. And then as well as doing, salon and barbershop, I want to do more so of a school. And then that's why I say I would like to be the utopia, because then come through my school,
yes,
just the things that we can roll off, so on and so forth with as far as business. So
yeah. Well, you got it going on.
Thank you.
Very proud of you.
Thank you.
So
Thank you.
Once again, the address of the shop and everything.
15671 West Roosevelt Street, Goodyear, Arizona, 85338, Suite 103. I be having to think, like.
Gotta think.
It's two of us there, Gotta think, like. I say it so much, it's like I could forget.
You can forget. He's like, did I say it right? Yeah, I got you. All right, y'all. Maranda Ross.
Yay.
Come see her. Check her out. And whatever you need to get done, nails and whatever, and this and that and all that fun stuff.
TwistedManes.com.
TwistedManes.com.
That's where our online booking is. And you can see all our services, pricing. You can actually order hair on our online.
You can order from there. Nice.
Yep. So we have different online services as far as how you can order, and you can also walk in, and I have hair in stock as well. And so even if you're not getting your hair done there, you can come buy your hair from there, at least. And I'm, of course, product. I'm Design Essentials, Nairobi, Congo. Who else? Matrix.
Okay.
Schwarzkopf. So people are familiar with products. So if you guys are familiar with that, we use those products, and we're all about healthy hair. So
yeah.
It's the main thing.
Check her out.
Check us out.
Maranda Ross, Twisted Manes.
Beauty and Barber.
Thank you for coming through, cuz.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
All right.